Welcome, everybody, to Sit Down and Heal with Coach Derek. I am your host. I am your certified healing journey coach and relationship coach. And every single Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on TikTok, we have a show that's dedicated to topics related around healing and relationships and how they pair with each other, because they do go together, guys. And I focus here on my platform with healing you first before you get into a relationship. But if you're already in one, I teach you tips and tricks on how to make it better. Because by you being a better version of yourself, then you show up in your relationship better, and hopefully things work out for you. So tonight's topic, and again, let me repeat, the YouTube channel that I have hosts the replays for this. So if you miss it on a Tuesday, if you don't get all of it tonight, you will be able to get it on YouTube. So don't worry. So tonight's topic is a little skewed version of what a lot of us, well, not us, a lot of you guys talk about pee in a dating pool, right? But I wasn't going to use that in the title because it's just nasty. So what we're going to talk about is, could you unknowingly be tainting the dating pool? Y'all complain about it, but could you be part of the problem? That's where we're going tonight. That's the slant. So we're gonna go in. So I repeat, we're going to talk about those of us who go into the dating pool. You may complain about that there's no options out there, that it's trash, but we're going to take a look in the mirror to see if you may be part of the P. So let me frame this out for you. This is the audience tonight. So if it doesn't apply to you, it's not my problem. Here's the disclaimer. I am only talking about people who are single and dating with the purpose and the intention of having a long-term relationship. Whether it leads to marriage or not, you are intentional about dating long-term. So if you are out here playing around, situationshipping, and I'm not talking to you, because you will say, that's not me. I already know ahead of time. So save your finger, save them. We don't want you to get carpal tunnel talking about it's not me. I'm not like that. We're not doing that. This is only for people that are dating or may date sometime in the future, and they want to get into a dating pool for the purpose of finding a long-term partner. We good? We good. So if you are not one of these type of people that I just said, don't get in the dating pool with said people, because you're in the wrong side. So if you're out here trying to play around, don't get in the pool with people that's trying to get married, right? Easier said than done, right? Because there's some married folks in there too. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about different ways that you could be tainting the dating pool. And I preface this with, this is not every reason or way. These are just the ones that I feel are the most important to my audience. So, could you be unknowingly tainting the dating pool? We're not going to use the word P from here forward because it's, So, one of the biggest things that we can do when we are single and dating is dating because we're lonely. And when you do this, this is how we think in our mind. I'm lonely, but I'm a good person. So therefore, I deserve another good person to match me, and we can, ride off into the sunset. But here's the problem. When you go into a dating pool for the sole purpose of curing your loneliness, and that's it, your vetting process kind of sucks. Your boundaries definitely suck, because you are trying to cure one singular problem instead of finding someone that aligns with you so that you know that it's checks and balances before you can go further. You're only trying to cure the loneliness. If you are only trying to cure the loneliness and you are in a dating pool with people who want to look for long-term partnership, could you find someone? Absolutely. Because they like this version of you. So then we have to look at what type of person is that. So sure, you can find a possible trauma bond. It happens every day. But when you start to work on the why of the loneliness, maybe there's some things you need to work on in order for you to feel more confident, right? Then you become a better dater because now you have a qualification system by which people have to pass through in order to align with you. Because if your goal is only to cure the loneliness, you're definitely going to find something outside. But is it for you? And how would you know? Because your lens just says, I need to cure the loneliness, right? So you are tainting the dating pool too. And this is why I say too. We will always talk about the players and the predators and the narcissists and the abusers and the, oh my God, and it's this married people in here. And right, we got a list of why we say the dating pool is tainted, right? But we never look at these things that I'm going to go through tonight because they don't feel as egregious. Doesn't seem inherently bad. But when you bring your trauma to the dating pool, even if it's not loud, it's still dangerous. And it's not just dangerous for you. It's dangerous to someone that you might infect with the things that you haven't worked on. We're going to talk about that in depth in a minute. So we know about loneliness, right? And there's some things that I threw in here that some of you are doing, and I'm just like, stop dating. A lot of you guys who get coached by me, I'll tell you stop dating, right? Number 2 bullet point on my list. People that are hurt and they're on get back. They want to get back the partner that hurt them, but they're going to do it with a new person. That's your goal. I'm going to be outside. I'm going to jump in the dating pool with the serious people because I want to make them feel the pain I feel. Right? Hurt people. I'm going to spend a lot of time with this person, but I know that they want more, but I'm just going to play with them because I want to feel vindication. And this, I'm going to tell you what this sounds like, because a lot of times I have gotten communication from people or have coached people that have said the following. I'll ask them, what is their goal in dating? And they'll say, I'm trying to find my person. I'm trying to find, a husband or a wife or whatever, right? But then there's a plot twist. They'll want this, but they're going to move like someone that doesn't care about the goal. And so I'm asking them, like, why are you moving this way? Why are you playing with these people's feelings? Why are you going out and making people assume that you like them and you really don't? And they're like, well, and we're going to use a gender for illustrative purposes. We're not just picking on one gender. It happens both ways. Okay. A woman will say, well, men do it all the time, so I'm going to do it too. Men sleep with a bunch of people all the time, so I'm going to do it too, because they do it to us, so I'm going to get back. I don't care about their feelings because they do it to us, so I'm going to get back. Who are you getting back? Who are you getting back? And this is not exclusive to women. This was just an illustration. Who? It ain't the person that hurt you, right? So I'm going to give you kind of a long analogy in a minute that's going to explain how this works under the hood. It's something that I've done for years, but I think a lot of you haven't heard it. But you're going to realize and know it and feel it when I say it, right? So under this umbrella, right, we always talk about using people to make you feel better. Well, if this is your goal, when you're in a dating pool with people that are looking for serious relationships, you're tainting the pool. You may not classify yourself as a player or some kind of manipulator, but you're tainting the pool too. You're going to hold someone hostage that's really out here trying to find someone because of your selfishness, right? Or your vindictiveness, or your loneliness, right? You're not ready, and you should not be dating. And definitely not in that pool. There's some other pools you can get in, but that one, don't go in there. Because you're going to mess some people. We're going to talk about this. Give me a second. I'm going to go in on that one and let you know how deep the rabbit hole goes, because it goes deep. Using others is my next bullet point. No, let's do this one. Let me mix it up a little bit. So under this umbrella of this kind of like using people, foodie calls, right? The foodie call is when you go out with somebody just so they can buy you dinner, but you don't really care about them. You just want the dinner. Let me tell you what how this works. Because y'all ain't that hungry. Well, some of y'all are. But the person who is buying the food really likes you. They see a possible future with you, but you know that you're only there for the food. Be careful who you play with. It's 2024. Your safety matters. And you do not want to play with people's emotions, and they spending their money on you, and they think that y'all got to stop doing this. Because you're going to hurt the wrong one day because you wanted some food. Imagine sitting across the table from someone that you may not even be attracted to. You don't even like the person, but you occupying their time every time you hungry. But you're in the dating pool with the people that are intentional. You too are tainting the dating pool. You're going to complain that there's no good people out here, so I'm going to just get what I can get from them because they didn't hurt me, so I'm going to do. Stop. Stop. That person that you are using, there's a piece that you're missing that I'm going to explain in a second. The next one is using others for your emotional support. You do not have intention on being with them either. You just need somebody to talk to. But you know that person is falling in love with you. And you know one day you're going to have to hurt them. But for now, it's convenient. Because you don't want to be by yourself. Oops, loneliness. There, we just tied it. But you don't want it to be your friends. You want it to be somebody that's going to show you enough attention to validate you. So now you feel good. Let me tell you another place where a lot of you seek validation, and it is also a part of the dating pool that you two are tainting. Online dating. Not to find your person. You're there to find attention. Talk about this one a lot. You like to get those inboxes that tell you that you're beautiful, but you don't want to date anybody. You might even go on one date, but you definitely don't want to be in a relationship. But the little thing on there says, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. So it's a lie. You two are tainting the dating pool that you complain about every day publicly, online, on these discussion forums. You're like, these people are trash. Ain't no good people out there. You're destroying them. So let me say this before I go into this explanation, and then we got a couple more bullet points. So I'm gonna pick somebody in the audience to pick two names for me. So let's pick Lala. Lala, I need one male name and one. Oh wait, I can't say female. One male name and one man name and one woman name. It doesn't matter what they are. Just pick two names. And I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So we're gonna wait like 30 seconds for Lala to give us two names. Okay, Robert and Sarah. So let's talk about Robert and Sarah. So those of you who have been with me for years, you've heard this before, but I need for you to wait until we get to the end because it stacks on itself. You're going to know what it is in the beginning, but you're going to see how the legs grow. So Robert and Sarah. So in this hypothetical world that Robert and Sarah live in, Robert is a man who has been destroyed and hurt by every woman that he's ever dated. He's in pain. He's in so much pain that he doesn't even know how to approach dating anymore. He's hurt. He's what you would call a good guy. He finds people to pair with, and they cheat on him, they hurt him, they abuse him emotionally, verbally. He takes it, and it's crushing his soul, right? Now, Robert has two paths to take. He could stop dating and work on himself, or he could keep participating in the dating pool and taint it with his pain, right? So pay attention to where I'm going with this. Robert is unhealed. Robert is hurt. Robert is destroyed. One day, as Robert is in the dating pool of people looking for long-term relationships, he meets Sarah. Sarah's a good girl. Sarah hasn't been hurt before. She's excited to find her person. Robert loves the fact that she's a good girl, but he's damaged. So he's going to take a lot of his pain out on her. He's not going to know how to treat her because that part of him has been destroyed and he has not rebuilt it. So now he's going to indirectly trigger Sarah to the point where he hurts her too. Pay attention. Sarah is now damaged, just like Robert was. So they break up. Sarah doesn't work on herself either. So she goes back into that same dating pool and finds a good guy. Guess what happens? She then hurts him. Now, we can talk about the traumas that they both have endured, because now Robert has caused a trauma in Sarah, and Sarah has caused a trauma in some random innocent person. Right? This all started with Robert's pain. So when Sarah or Robert potentially meet someone who is just as damaged as them and they pair together, guess what possibly happens here? They have a kid. Pay attention. That kid will inherit the behavior that is modeled for it, because now you have two dysfunctional parents. That kid will then inherit their own childhood trauma, and they didn't even have to meet a Robert or a Sarah. It's baked in. That kid then goes back into a dating pool when that kid is of dating age and already has tainted the pool with no dating experience. and the cycle continues. This is why it is important for you guys, and why I found that it was important to work on healing before we even do all of that. Because it's not just about you. And here's the kicker. You ready? Robert will eventually complain that these women are crazy. They don't know how to treat a man. Y'all see him online talking every day. But the crazy that he's talking about comes from women who met a Robert in their past. And now he is crucifying them for being the thing that he created. Right? So here is the factoid of the day. I'm Robert. But I stopped myself. Right? And there's a lot of Sarahs out here. Right? If we do not stop the cycle by working on ourselves, it will not just hit you, it will hit everything around you, directly or indirectly. And when you do hurt a person, even if it's not intentional, you talk about karma, right? The karma in the way the universe works is it may not come to you directly. It may come to your kid. Because the kid is a thread that is tied to you. So be careful out there, guys. So, yeah, relationship coach Chris, I was the kid with hurt and not healed parents, and I had to work to end this. Yes. This is, let me tell you guys, this is probably the foundation of why I even do this. It is imperative that we stop hurting other people, because it doesn't just stop with you. And it may feel amazing that you have put a Band-Aid on whatever hurt you had temporarily, and you have to keep meeting people to put a Band-Aid on it. But think about it. There are men and women out here that will say they're crazy. Why did they even call me? What's wrong with them? Until they sit down with somebody like a therapist or even a coach, and you talk to them about their history, and you be like, so you're really not a player. You just got hurt by your girlfriend in the 10th grade, and now everybody's getting payback. Remember I talked about get back? And you guys who follow me will understand what I'm about to say next. These people who would be a Robert in this scenario, or what Sarah eventually turned into, the people that they choose from the dating pool have to have traits that they can identify, so it's easier for them. So they're also looking for broken people, or they're looking for someone who's not broken so that they can try to kind of mold them into what they need to. But in doing that, they're going to destroy that person too, or sabotage the relationship because it got too close, or whatever it is. When you take that person who's innocent and you hurt them, we have to hope that they have the ability to work on healing themselves, but most of us don't. So now what you've done is you've created a villain origin story, because they're going to have to find a way to cope with the pain that you caused, whether it's directly or indirectly. So those of y'all that are out here trying to, get people for their dinners and all this other kind of stuff, there's a person in there that's falling in love with you that you are going to destroy. And who does that person become? who do they hurt potentially? Then they begin their own cycle, and then it works in perpetuity. Right? So imagine somebody who was, just to recap, who was patently just innocent and just wanted the best in relationships and did everything that he or she thought they could do to make it work. And then they become the villain that we demonize because they don't know how to regulate or cope with the things that they went through. And a lot of it happened in childhood, and then it gets doubled down on the relationship. You thought you were showing up the way you supposed to, and they destroy you. Some people take the option to take that out on others. But they're not going to pick people who don't want a relationship. And I'm going to tell you why. If you find someone who wants to be in a relationship, the type of care and love that they're going to give you is probably going to be something that you're missing. But if you find someone else that wants to play like you, it's not really a care situation. Right? You want to siphon off something that feels like care and love so that you can siphon it off of them. But you can't get that from somebody who's just trying to play with you. You need somebody that feels like it's serious. And then you pull away when it gets too close. The nectar is sweeter when the person is falling in love with you. You find somebody else out here that's like, I don't give a damn. I'll see you on, we'll meet each other on Thursday next week, whatever. It's whatever for me. I'm out here in the streets too. You don't want that. You're going to find the person that you're going to destroy. And that's not even your purpose. Your purpose is for you to feel better from the hurt that you got before. Crazy, isn't it? I'm teaching right now, so I'm not. If you're trying to qualify the information, this is not the place. So the next bullet point here, if you guys can see, is I have like 3 more bullet points. And then we're going to start to be on a downslope with this, right? People pleasing. This is where a lot of you guys are going to fall into. People pleasers and fixers. If you are out here in the dating pool and you are looking to fix people, you would have to find someone who's broken. Yeah, but it's my show. I'm not uptight. Have a great day, sir. So when you have a people-pleasing nature, that comes from a place. When you are a fixer, that comes from a place too. Unhealed places. When you enter into a dating pool with the sole purpose of finding a broken person to fix, you two are tainting the dating pool. Right? But it doesn't look scary, right? Because you're not like a Robert and you're not like a Sarah. You just need somebody to fix, to make you feel like you've accomplished or gotten validated from it, right? So it doesn't look evil, but these people you are still not ready. You're still not ready because you can't help yourself. Most of us who have done the fixing and the people pleasing, we can't stop. We can't stop. We always do it. We can't stop. It's a part of who we are, right? Until we make a decision to change, to get help, to build better habits, you will always do it. Whether directly or indirectly, subconscious or conscious, you will do it because it's attached to a trauma. So we have to work on that, right? We have to work on that. That's why I do what I do. So I'm just trying to make sure that I got 2 more. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not a part of the Discord community, let me just do that right now before I do the last 2. There's a free online community that I am a part of called Mind Your Mental. And it is on an app called Discord. So you have to download a separate app. And tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is about 25 minutes from now, I will be doing a live Q&A and accountability call within that Discord. So if you want to join the community, there's a lot of community. If you're in the Discord community, put a 1 in the comments. If you want to join a part of that community, click the link in my profile and look for Mind Your Mental Community, and it will give you instructions on how to join. So we're all in there, and everybody is in there with the purpose of becoming a better version of themselves. So there's community there. You have 7 coaches in there with different disciplines that you can tap into. So it's an amazing place to be. You see all the ones in the comment. It's not just me saying it. We support each other. So you could inbox Sweet Tea is in the comments. She can help you get in, or go to my profile and click the link and it'll give you instructions. But at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be in there. I call it office hours with Coach Derek, and you just have time with your coach to be able to Q&A that's not in this big public platform. And it's more intimate, and a lot of things are shared there and learned there. So I'll see you guys there at 8:30 if you are there. So let's do these last 2. And I kind of alluded to it in the beginning of the show. People who, and these are the people that I told not that this wasn't for them, but people who are looking for situationships are tainting the dating pool as well. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people who do situationships, a lot of it's mutual throughout, and a lot of times it is not mutual because there ends up being someone who wants more inevitably, right? But the problem is that one or both will be doing a lot of relationship things, and somebody may be hurt in the end of it because it felt like it was more than just a situationship. So if you are looking on purpose for a situationship, but you are in a dating pool with people who are looking for a long-term relationship, you are definitely tainting the dating pool. And let me tell you why, and this will sound familiar to what I said a little bit earlier. If this person is in the dating pool with people who want long-term relationships, they're there for a reason, because they still want to feel the girlfriend or the boyfriend experience without the commitment. So where better to go to feel like it's kind of like a relationship is to go a place where you know people want it. And then you play the song and dance, because unfortunately there are people in the long-term dating pool who are tired of looking, tired of being hurt. They want to date, they have fatigue, and then they'll meet the situationship person and they be like, you know what, I'll go for that deal because it's better than nothing. And then you end up in a downward spiral from hell because your emotions can't be regulated because you found somebody that you actually attracted to, that you like, and they're doing the relationship stuff too. Let's not forget that. Now you're stuck and hurt again. So now the situationship hurt because you didn't think you was going to catch feelings. What do you do when it's over? You go back into the dating pool again and taint it yourself. See how all of this is cyclical without you working on yourself? It just keeps going. And you keep complaining that there's nobody in the pool when you are part of the problem. So I'm gonna start on the downslope of this in a second here. And the other people who are the obvious dating pool tainters are your players, the predatory daters, you know, you guys' favorite word, narcissists. And I did do a workshop on this called How to Catch a Predator, predatory dating. It just gives you a lot of information on the why they do what they do and what about you attracts them. Most of the players in the predatory daters have a story just like Robert. And the only way that they can get the validation that they seek is to manipulate you, because manipulation speeds up the process of getting you, because they can't wait too long to put a Band-Aid on their own trauma. And yet again, this pool of people are not looking for healed people. It's a bad investment to try to manipulate someone who's already healed. But doesn't mean they won't try. But healed people have boundaries. That's not part of the game plan. It's not part of the game plan. So, if you've learned nothing else through this, heal. Do the work. I am a certified healing journey coach and relationship coach. I can help you figure out the why. But you got to start. Because if you don't start, you will participate in the cycle that I spoke of today. Right? Some of us are currently inside this cycle right now. And being inside the cycle means that you have attached to someone who is actively hurting you right now. And you're staying and deteriorating because of the pain. And if you decide to break away, who do you become? These are the things that I help you with to try to get you back on track, because some of us are not on the track anymore. We way off the track. So we have to be mindful of how we show up. We have to be mindful of the places where we need work. And sometimes you cannot do it by yourself. So I'm going to start wrapping this up and give you guys some time in between now and the 8:30 live Q&A. And we will do some accountability in there, because that's really what it ends up being, is more accountability than Q&A. But I'm here for it, because if we're not working on ourselves, if we're not actively working on healing from the things that torment us, and you may not know what they are, but you know what's happened in your life, and you don't like it. So start there, right? So inbox me if you need help with anything that I've discussed tonight, and I can help direct you to how I can help you. Or if I can't help you, I can direct you to someone that can, because I am a part of a 7-coach team within the Discord. So we all do different things. So yeah, you don't have to do it alone anymore. It's hard doing it by yourself. So come do it with a family. So I'm going to land my plane. I want you guys to have an amazing night. Join that Discord tonight. Even if you don't make it to the live, it's a 7-day-a-week community. So it's a lot of things going on. So just jump in the pool when you're ready. But don't wait too long. and stop rescheduling your healing process, because it's waiting on you. You just need to jump in. So I will see you guys next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. and every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Sit Down and Heal with Coach Derek. And immediately following the show, I do a Q&A and accountability call in the Discord, like I just mentioned, and that's every week too. So it's almost like 2 shows in one night. So I hope to see you there, whether it's now or later, but make sure you get in there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Sit down and heal with Coach Derek.